A very good evening, ma'am. I am Muhammad Hanif J from second CSCB section, and the topic that is question for my presentation is a question on generating function and finding the sequence generated by it. So the problem is define generating function and find the sequence generated by the function 1 plus 3x whole power minus 1 by 3. So, what is meant by the generating function? A generating function is a formal structure that represents a sequence of numbers as the coefficients of a power series. For example, see here, let us consider a sequence of real numbers a0, a1, a2, and so on. There exists a function f of x whose expansion in a series of powers of x is given by f of x is equals to a0 plus a1 x plus a2 x square plus a3 x cube plus and so on plus a n minus 1 x power n minus 1 plus and so on, and then f of x is called generating function for the sequence a0 a1 a2 comma and so on, that is equals to a r in between the angular brackets. So here we have seen that there are, for example, think there are a sequence of numbers a0 a1 a2 and so on, and for that, for these different sequence of numbers, we are writing the generating function. So the generating function is f of x, that is a0 x a0 plus a1x plus a2x square plus a2x cube plus and so on. In this way the generating function will be generated. This is what generating function is called as. And coming to the solution, given f of x is equals to 1 plus 3x whole power minus 1 by 3. Let us consider this as the equation 1. And f of x is equals to summation n equals to 0 to infinity a n x power n. See, this is a generalized formula for generating function, that is f of x. And now by using generalized binomial theorem, 1 plus z power k is equals to sigma n equals to 0 to infinity n power k z power n. Let us consider this as an equation 2. See, as we see here, 1 plus z power k, z power whole power k, and here 1 plus 3x whole power minus 1 by 3. Here what is this? This z is this 3x. And what is this k? K value corresponding to minus 1 by 3. We'll know more about this in the next slide. Moving on to the next slide. And n power k, this is generalized formula. N power k is equals to k into k minus 1 into k minus 2 and so on, k minus n plus 1. But that is divided by n factorial. And on comparing equation 1 and 2, as you are already determined, that is k value is minus 1 by 3, z value is equals to 3x. And now we'll substitute these values in equation 2. And so after the substitution, 1 plus 3x power minus 1 by 3 sigma n equals to 0 to infinity n power minus 1 by 3 3x whole power n. And for this we have after expansion we get this, that is n power minus 1 by 3 is equals to minus 1 by 3 into minus 1 by 3 minus 1 minus 1 by 3 minus 2 and so on, minus 1 by 3 minus n plus 1 whole divided by n factorial. And on solving this we get this as the answer. And later, for n is equals to 0, we just substitute each values of n equals to 0, n equals to 1, n equals to 2. In that way, we substitute each value. And if we substitute here n is equals to 0, then 0 power minus 1 by 3 and 3x power 0. 0 power minus 1 by 3 is 0 and 3x power 0 is 1. That is the answer for n equals to 0 is 1. And here for n is equals to 1. 1 power 1 minus 1 by 3 into 3x power 1. That is 3x minus 1 by 3 by 1 factorial into 3x, that is ultimately 3 and 3 gets cancelled, and minus 1 into x is minus x. This is what for the value of n equals to 1. And for n is equals to 2, 2 power minus 1 by 3 into 3x whole square. 3x whole square is 9x square, and 2 power minus 1 by 3 can be written as, according to the formula, minus 1 by 3 into minus 4 by 3 divided by 2 factorial into 9x square, and which is equals to the value of 2x square. So for n equals to 2, we have got this answer as 2x square. And later for n equals to 3, 3 power minus 1 by 3, 3x whole power cube. 3x whole power cube in the sense 3 cube into x cube. X cube, 3 cube is 27, 27 x cube. And then this can be generalized as a formula with this by using this, that is minus 1 by 3 into minus 4 by 3 into minus 7 by 3 whole divided by 3 factorial. 3 factorial is 6, and hence we cancel out, do the calculations, and finally this is a value for n is equals to 3. So In like this, after solving, we got this as a solution: 1 minus x plus 2x square minus 14 by 3 x cube. This is the entire solution for this. And required sequences, we just consider the coefficients for the sequence generating sequence. So the required sequence would be 1 comma minus 1 comma 2 comma minus 14 by 3 and so on. This would be the generating function for the given problem. And that's all for the presentation. Thank you for your patience listening.